Yo, what's up, snipers, and welcome back to our Minnesota Wild GM mode. Before we get started, I'd like to say happy Thanksgiving to all my American subscribers out there. Hopefully, you guys are having some good fun on Thanksgiving. Otherwise, I'd also like to give a shout out to XTech for shouting me out on his video and basically using the same ideas I came up with. It was really cool of him to do that, and he gained me I think maybe about 15-20 subscribers and a lot more views than I normally get in a couple hours. So thank you so much to Brent for doing that. Otherwise, let's get started with our GM mode episode. So basically, in the last episode, we had round 2 against the Calgary Flames, and it didn't go exactly according to plan, as we thought we could be better than them because we were better in the standings wise than them. But we ended up losing the series in 6 games. There was 3 players on the Flames that basically made us lose that series. Those players being Matthew Tkachuk, who had 7 points in 7 games, 1 in every single game actually, point per game on average. And then there was also Leighton. Leighton had, I think, 8 points in 7 games. And then also Jeff Skinner came in at the later part of the series in the last 2 games, and he also put up 6 points in 7 games. So those 3 players are what burnt us to a crisp and eliminated us. But the good news is, though, we did get some valuable experience for our youngsters. So at least our players should start growing a bit better because they got some good valuable playoff experience and all that sort of stuff. So let's get up to the draft. I didn't actually sim all the way up to the draft, so we didn't see our retirements in the end of last episode, unfortunately. But we will get to do that now, I guess. Also, sorry if I sound a little bit out of breath. It's just because I literally got home right from school. So, yeah. Okay, let's get the QMJHL. I don't even remember where the good prospects are because it's been a week since I made an episode. I'm going to probably have to do a bit more pre-recorded stuff than I'd like to because I'm back in school again after my strike has ended, so I'm going to probably be putting out content not as frequently as I normally do, so I apologize for that. Otherwise, we have the draft lottery results. So Philadelphia has moved up in the draft, I think. They have the first pick. Anaheim has second. Boston has third. Florida moves down to the 4th, I think, because I think Florida had the worst record in the standings. And then Dallas gets 5th, so that's the top 5, and then there's the rest of the picks in case you guys want to see. Otherwise, let's get started with the draft. Looking to add maybe the retirements first. We shouldn't have lost anybody, I don't think. Oh, wait, we did. Wow, okay. That kind of sucks, actually, because he was growing pretty decently. So Theo Flynn, who we drafted in the 6th round back in 2021, retires as a 22-year-old. How did he even do? He did pretty decent down in there in the minors. That kind of sucks that he retired, because 64 for a bottom 6 forward so far isn't that bad. He could have got up to in the maybe mid 70s at best, but I guess thank you for your time in Iowa, Theo. Unfortunately, you had to retire, and no goaltenders. Let's just check around the league and see if there's been any more retirements. Any other big retirements, I should say. So the big retirement this year is Anze Kopitar, followed by Claude Giroux and Jeff Carter. So LA lost 2 big players there. I don't know how their overalls were in the last season, but whatever. Blake Wheeler also retires. Krejci retires. Lucic retires. Steen. Yeah, just some pretty good players all around. What about goaltending wise? Did Devin Dubnyk finally retire yet? It doesn't look like it. So Lundqvist retires, Jonathan Quick retires, Varlamov, Grice, Reimer, etc. Okay. So going into the draft, we're probably just going to look to add, obviously, some more to our prospect pool. But eventually we might have to start trading away a bunch of these prospects because we have so much of them. So let's get into the draft and see what we could snag up here. I don't know really who's supposed to go in the late first round, but I guess we'll see. And why is Eric Fitzgerald on the trading block? The computer must have set him to being on the trading block. He's not getting traded. Even if I get a crazy offer, I'm not trading away Fitzgerald. He had a pretty good regular season. So Flyers, let's see. Where are we picking this year? Probably at 20-something. Oh, no. 17th. Okay, that's not bad. And there's the rest of the first round. Okay, so we got the 17th overall pick, so we might be able to find something there. So let's see who goes in the top bit. Well, we actually will check the first round in general, just for the Google Sheets page. So Stewart goes first overall, 82, right wing sniper. Another 82, right wing playmaker. Strong goes to the Ducks. I guess the Ducks look to get stronger. And then Boston gets an offensive defenseman, Reza, 79. Another elite guy, Kelly, goes to Florida. I guess Florida is actually getting some good prospects in, which is good for them. Another elite guy goes to Dallas. And I didn't mean to go to trade for pick, god damn it. I meant to sim the next pick. Or maybe I went offer trade. I don't even know what I went. Okay, let's just quickly go through this. We don't need to go out for every single person's name. But if there's any steals, I'll read those guys off. Hopefully we could find somebody good with the 17th pick to help us maybe even be stronger in the upcoming couple seasons, I guess. But I feel like this team is very close to winning their first Stanley Cup because we're getting experience. We have a lot of youngsters and stuff like that. We got some solid veterans that we pick up every year in free agency. And here's our pick. So there was no really steals beforehand. A lot of medium top 6 guys. So let's see what we could get here with our first round pick. So, let's see. There's a goaltending prospect. It might not be that bad to pick up a better goaltending prospect. He's listed as a medium starter, so he could be better than a medium starter even. Samu Salo, interesting. Torsten Hedstrom. I don't really want more defensemen, to be honest, though. Medvinov, not Medvedev. Stephen Chang. Yeah, there's a lot of defensemen, but I don't really feel like a defenseman, to be honest. Let's just sort by potential. No, not like that. Let's see. Any potential good players. Medium elite, but he's supposed to go in the 6th round. This guy's a high top 6, but he's supposed to go 2nd round as well. I think I might go with the goaltender here. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the goaltender because we don't need a lot of defensemen. We already got a lot of centers too. This guy might be perfect. He might be a good goaltender too. Like if he's a medium elite goaltender, then if Corson doesn't pan out, eventually we could use this guy instead. I know we have been drafting a lot of goaltenders as of recently, but this guy might be even better. So welcome aboard, Samu Salo. And he's a medium elite. Nicely done. That's a nice snag up. If he's not that good, like if he ends up being like a Nicholas Whiting type of situation, we'll just trade him away. And maybe get something else out of it. But otherwise, not a bad pick. Potential trade bait if he doesn't pan out. And we're going to offer Stepan for our first for next year. That's interesting because we might be a good team next year, but I don't know if I want Derek Stepan. Like, he's making a lot of money for 2 more years. I don't even know how old he is, to be honest. And he's an 84, which is actually pretty good considering he's 35, but he's probably on the decline. Yeah, he might be like an 82 by next season, so I'm going to reject that. If he had 1 year left after this, well, it actually would be 1 year left. And wow, we're getting offered Drew Doughty. Drew Doughty, like the best defenseman in the league other than Erik Karlsson probably, for a first and a second. Now that is a very interesting offer. How good is Doughty currently? 89 overall, 35 though. But I don't like his contract. Like he's making money till he's 40. He could retire potentially at the end of this season or end in this coming up season. But that's a very good defenseman to bring in for 2 picks. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to flip him is the only problem after 1 year. And we might run into cap problems. And besides, like, next season, we're going to have to re-sign, like, Bear Schultz and stuff like that. So I'm not going to do that deal, but that would be a really nice pickup. Trocheck for a first and a second. No, thank you. Because I think we're going to get some good growth from our youngsters, so we might not need to pick up much people in the offseason. And we're going to have to probably release some big names, like Luke Kunin's probably going to have to go because he actually does not want to re-sign with us. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there was that one guy. Is he still available? Because maybe I'll take him. No, he's not. Okay. What do we want to get here in the second round? More defensemen, more wingers. We have so much, though, in general. Might as well just pick up some more wingers. Frank Kopitz, right wing sniper, 18. I feel like we need more left wingers. We've been drafting a lot of right wingers. So let's bring in Kai Jalonen from Finland and see how good he is. Top 9 forward. Okay, that's not too horrible. We might just auto sim the rest of the draft. Brock Nelson, no thank you. Yeah, I think I'll do one more pick and then I'm going to auto sim the rest. And no, I'm not trading for Mark Stone. I want to keep Tommy Kilger. Not going to trade him away like I accidentally did a couple years ago. So yeah, this will be our last pick and then we'll auto sim the rest of it, I think, because yeah, I don't know really what else I want to grab. Like, I don't mind what we get. So we already have so much defenseman. We should just go with another center, I guess. Mario Goulet from the QMJHL, 18 years of age, center sniper. And he's 5'9", 183. So hopefully he pans out. Medium top 9, 54 overall. Okay, that's pretty solid. So let's sim the rest of the draft. Hopefully the computer picks us up some good steals. Let's see what the other players we got. So Sabarin, Hedekin, Klesla, and Henula. Okay, so that is the draft. Now we're going to get on to the re-sign stage. Well, I'll re-sign everybody that I can. I'll tell you guys who we have to re-sign and stuff like that. There's some big names. Like, I think we have to re-sign about $59 million in cap if we want to get all these players back, and I prefer to get the youngsters back over the older guys. So a lot of the guys we signed might not be able to come back. And then there's also players like Granlund and Dumbo that want contracts, but they're like they grew because of how we played last year, but it's going to be a really tough off season for us. So Richie wants a contract renewal and Dumbo wants a contract renewal, and same with Granlund. All those guys want a lot of money. We have $66 million in cap space, so we might be able to get mostly everybody back, depending if they still want what I was looking at before the season ended. Luke Kunin, he does not want to come back, so I don't know if we're going to be able to keep him around much longer, which really sucks. And then Hartman and Patan might be expendable. Nordstrom's going to definitely go, because we have a lot of youngsters that might come up into the NHL as well. So this is going to be a really tough decision for me to make, is who goes and who stays. So yeah, that's basically all these guys I have to get back. So I'm going to try and get this done as soon as I can. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, guys, so we got pretty much everybody back. There's just a few things that we need to do left, which includes Matthew Dumba. It says he wants an extension, but for some reason he does not want to accept the money I'm trying to give him, so I might have to just give him a pretty crazy salary. But that's not bad, because we could always just trade him after 1 or 2 years, because he's only 30. It's not that bad. Hartman and Patan, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them back. I'm going to try to. I'm actually just going to release Marenson and Nielsen, because both those guys are like dropping off, I think, because of ice time or something like that. So let's see, what could we offer to Matt Dumba that makes sense? So 3 years. He didn't want to be a part of the team and sit anymore, but we'll give him 3 years at $8 million. We might have to move him out like after the season. Hartman, how much does he want? 1 year at, we could give you 1 year deal. Yeah, I'm going to give these guys 1 year deals just because we have to get Bear Schultz back on a big contract next year. So I don't want to necessarily give these guys multiple years. And yeah, 1 year at, we could give you 1 year at 3. And see if those guys sign. Hopefully they do. We also offered a contract again to Saros. And RFA-wise, Gonchar for some reason has a 75, wants a one-way contract. I'm not sure if I want to give him that, so that's why I have him as a qualified RFA. So he might end up resigning for less, or we might just have to let him go and let him stay as a free agent, because I don't see why he would want a one-way contract even in the first place. So Advance, Batan's accepted, Hartman's accepted, and finally Dumba has accepted. So we actually, Saros, the NHL roster more if I was going to chance play. He doesn't want to actually come with what I gave him. So I'm going to offer still Saros a better contract, because Saros killed it last year as our backup. But we actually got everybody back, which is what I'm really surprised about, because I thought I wasn't going to be able to get anybody back. I even got Luke Kunin back, which is kind of surprising, because He didn't want a contract renewal, but I offered him just a bit more, and he somehow accepted. So pretty good. Let's give him a 1-year deal. We could give him as much as we want almost. Let's just give you 1 year at 2.5 zeros, because I don't think we have a backup that could play in the NHL next year unless we sign somebody in free agency. Hopefully he comes back again. If he doesn't, then we might have to just let him go like we did a couple years ago. He accepts. So we got every single player back. Now we just need to basically make sure we pick up some good free agents that we need. We don't necessarily need another defenseman and stuff like that, because we actually have Schrader, I think his name is, coming up. So we weren't going to have to go after him. We might make some trades if we want to. Not exactly sure. Let's just take a look at what our roster looks like. So proposed trade. Let's just see what we have in each position currently up to this point. And then we'll make decisions on who we sign if we want to sign anybody. So sorted by overall wise. So I think Schultz is going to be better than Granlund by next season. So we have top two centers. Yeah, we're good for centers for sure. So centers not needing to touch it at all. 1, 2, 3, 4. We might need some more left wingers. 2 more left wingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we should be good for right wingers as well. So we might just need some left wingers. And then defensively, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need a 6th defenseman. 2 more defensemen maybe. And yeah, we should be good almost. So we just need a couple more pieces to this team, and then we should be good. So left wingers and defensemen, I think that's mainly what we need. So let's see what's available. We want a top 6 defenseman, people that could replace like Nielsen and whatnot. So somebody that's listed as a top 6. Let's go affordable and go defenseman. We also need some left wingers. Let's actually get the left wingers first. Somebody listed as like a depth forward maybe. Eric Stahl. You know what? I want to bring back Eric Stahl. I know it seems weird, but why not bring back Eric Stahl on a 1-year deal? He wants 1 year left. He might want to come back to us. Just give him that one chance at winning the Stanley Cup with us, because this year we might be listed as a champion, which would be pretty awesome. So let's see. 1 year at, yeah, let's just give him exactly what he wants. Hopefully he comes and joins this team. That would be cool to bring him back for 1 year. Antoine Roussel, that's not a bad one either. 4th liner. But 1 year. He's 35 though. Ugh. Some of these guys' ages aren't that good. Adrian Kemp. Or Kempe, or Kempe, whatever I'm pronouncing it. That's not bad. 28. And then there's this 25-year-old. That's not bad either. You know what? Let's offer the 25-year-old a contract. Yeah, 1 year. So those 2 guys, hopefully they come over. And then we just need another top 6 defender and a depth defenseman. So top 6 wise, Gooley might not be that bad. Savard. You know, I'm going to offer it to Gooley though, I think. Because Gooley's younger. Yeah. I want to just keep this team kind of young. So 1 year. We'll give you 1 year at 4.1. And then that should be good. And then we're going to offer, let's see, anybody listed as a depth defenseman. There you go, Marchenko. Yeah, we could give you 1 year at 1.2. Or 1 year at 1.5, actually. Let's just talk you up a bit. There you go, and we should be good. I think that's more than enough players that we need. I don't know if I want to make any trades. Let's just quickly look at the trading block. Also, the next 2 episodes I am going to definitely do as pre-recorded ones, so during the season, just because I won't be able to actually record them on the days that they're supposed to come out, because I have class later. So a lot of defensemen, while Larson wouldn't be that bad, but we don't need defenders actually at the moment. Nothing really there. Jason Zucker, no thank you. I wonder if LA still has Doughty on their blocker, if they've actually managed to trade him at that draft. Yeah, they still have Doughty on there, but I don't really want to bring in Doughty. Even though he is a really good defender, that would be nice to have on the top 2 with like Dumba. But we have Schrader coming in, so Carlson's even on the block. Wow. A lot of good defenders out there, but that's not something we need at the moment. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. yeah, nothing available that I really want to go after. So I think that's all we're going to make for signings. I hope hopefully these guys want to sign with us. If they do, we will have a pretty good squad for next season, I think. So, Granlund's gained morale because Eric Staal has signed with the team. So, Eric Staal coming back to Minnesota for his last year of his NHL career, probably, for a chance to win the Stanley Cup. Welcome back, Eric. Marchenko has accepted, Goulie's accepted, and Mallet has accepted. So, I think our team is going to be even stronger next season, and now we're getting offered a defenseman. Now, why would we need Zadorov even, Washington? Why are you offering us that? We got a really good defensive core. It's like building up in prospects and stuff. Like Hodges could grow. A lot of our young prospects might be good by next season. So anyways, guys, I'm going to sum up to next season, and I'll see you guys back up here with the edited lines. Okay, guys, so here are our lines for the 2025-26 season, I think it's now. So we got Nick Ritchie with Granlund and Kaprizov, basically the same line that was together in the playoffs. Kaprizov was really good on that right side, so I'm going to leave him as a right winger, even though he's a left winger. Ritchie is also up there, like I was saying, and Granlund's dropped to an 85. We could technically put Bear Schultz on the first line if Granlund's not producing or something like that, so that's that. And then also we got Nick Petan here, and Luke Kunin as a winger. Third line, we got Hartman, Souray, and Kilger. Kilger didn't grow. I don't know if he's going to cap off there, but he's only 23 still, so that's good news. He's listed as a fourth liner, but he's there. We also have Jared Mallet, who we signed in free agency on a one-year deal. He's on that fourth line with Eric Staal and Eric Fitzgerald. We do have, though, two scratch players, and Gonchar is actually now up to a 78, so he actually managed to get that elite potential and make the NHL. I didn't think he was going to, but he's listed as a fourth line forward, so he might get a little fed up with ice time, but he's also one of these guys we could just throw into the lineup if we need to. And then Isaac Lundestrom, since he's been a bit of a bust since we drafted him 10th overall, I'm going to leave him as also a depth guy. So those are our two depth guys in the NHL. Then on the defense, we got Bruce Ruchin with Matt Dumba still. Nice top two, actually, 89-84. Our defense looks pretty strong all around. So you got Hodges also, who's up to an 83, still on the incline. And then you got Knuble, who's an 82. He hasn't really grown that much with us, but he's still a pretty good defender. And then you got Goulie, who we signed, and Victor Schrader, who's going to be making his NHL debut this season. So our defense and our forwards look pretty solid. And then goaltending-wise, we got Corson and Saros. Then in the minors, I have Manny McQuaid, who's another one of our prospect goaltenders. We actually have a lot of them, so we're going to have to probably trade away one eventually. But Manny McQuaid is our starting goaltender. He's only 19, but he's up to a 62, so he might be getting closer to NHL ready by like 21, 22. Then you also got Samuel Salo, who just drafted the medium elite goaltender. So this guy still could potentially be a number one eventually too. I'm going to give him the chance as the backup. And then in the minors also, we have for defensemen, we got Gene Seabrook, who's at 72. He's still got that top four potential, so he's slowly growing, but he might be ready for age 23 or something like that. And then you got Alexei Marchenko, who we actually signed on a one-way deal. It's kind of annoying that he dropped off a lot, but whatever. Then Jesus Bull still got his potential, same with Gabriel Huey. And then we got forwards playing defense because we don't have enough defense down there in the minors. And then forward-wise, we got Lemaire, who's still got his top six potential, getting ready. So, like, we have a plethora of prospects. Like, I mean, a lot. So we're probably going to have to eventually move out some of these guys. Malone's going to be probably NHL bound in a couple seasons as well. So we have a very good squad, and I'm thinking this GM mode might end up even better than my Vancouver Canucks one with like the amount of Stanley Cup wins we get if we contribute properly. So Souray is our captain still, which I don't understand why. Granlund's our assistant, and Dumba's our other assistant. Now, finally, before we wrap up this episode, what was it that I wanted to do? What did I want to do now? I don't even remember what I wanted to do. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to check our team status. We're still listed as a contender, but I feel like this year we should be able to go maybe to a conference finals or a Stanley Cup finals appearance if we're lucky. So Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Minnesota Wild GM mode. So next episode, I'm going to probably try and get all the season simulation done in that one episode. I'm going to make a couple pre-recorded stuff just because I need stuff out for next week, but I have a lot of deadlines and stuff due now because during the strike, it lasted like 5 weeks, so I didn't get a lot of my assignments done. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time.